married to her. I tried many times, couldn't kill her.
But Bassem, let me...
In a recent exchange, Piers Morgan posed a question regarding a Muslim's reaction to the events of October 7 in Israel. The underlying intent, it seemed, was to elicit a condemnation of those events, effectively framing Israel as the oppressed party. At the same time, any attempt to explore the root cause behind the October 7 attack was presented as an effort to paint Muslims as terrorists who not supposedly only endorse the assault on Israel, but also deny the latter's right to self-defense, as they say. However, it was Bassem Youssef who responded to Piers Morgan with a masterful touch of sarcasm and irony. With a skillful retort, Youssef shifted the narrative, suggesting by using such thought-provoking phrases. Let's listen to it in Bassem's own words.
We're used to that. I mean, it's just like, it's very repetitive. We're used to that. We're used to them being bombed every time and moving from one place to the other. But they never die. I mean, they always come back. You know, they're very difficult to kill, very difficult people to kill. I know, because I'm married to her. I tried many times, couldn't kill her.
I mean, there's a dark humor there, and I understand why. Because
no, it's not dark humor. I try to get to her every time, but she uses our kids as human shields. I can never take her out.
While Piers Morgan labeled this as dark humor, it's essential to recognize that Bassem Youssef, despite his role as a comedian, did more than aim for laughter. His response carried a deeper message, implying irony and sarcasm to convey his perspective. Bassem Youssef's dark humor and irony gets even more profound when he says that he agrees with Ben Shapiro that they should kill as many sons up as possible. He says,
so I agree with Ben Shapiro. I think we should kill as many son of bitches as possible.
Well, let me.
So
okay,
far,
but Bassem, let me.
So far, 3,500 people were killed, including 5,000 son of bitches in the bombing of the Baptist hospital as we speak right now. 1/3 of those 3,500 were children. So my question to Ben Shapiro is, how many more son of bitches do we need to kill so Ben Shapiro is happy?
Okay,
because it changes.
Piers Morgan tries to play the trick again and cleverly asks Bassem, if you were Israel, how would you respond to the inarguable atrocities by Hamas? Well, is that inarguable? If there is no argument, then why are you here, Piers Morgan? End the show and go home. Anyway, Bassem's response was again thought-provoking. Listen to him.
If you were Israel, what would you...
If I was Israel.
If you were Israel and that had happened to you, what would you think would be the appropriate way for the country to respond?
I would do exactly like Israel did, kill as many people as possible, since the world is letting me do it. I mean, I can do it because I can, you know.
Israel pretends that all this mess is due to Hamas. Bassem is clear in condemning what Hamas did. But what about places where there is no Hamas? There is no Hamas in the West Bank, yet 7,000 were killed by the Israeli army.
But the thing is, you know what, I agree with you. And you know what, I'm going to be even ahead of you, because I see the question coming. Do you condemn Hamas for the atrocity? Yes, I condemn Hamas. I condemn Hamas. I condemn Hamas is the source of all evil. They're a reason for everything. And you know what? Let's, for a minute, imagine a world without Hamas.
Right.
What will this world look like? Let's give this word a name, and let's name this word the West Bank. Hamas has absolutely no control in the West Bank. And since the beginning of this year, only through August, 37 Palestinian kids were killed. No music festival, no paragliding, no Hamas. Since the occupation of the West Bank, 7,000 Palestinians were killed. No music festival, no paragliding, no Hamas. I can go on and on and on and on.
Bassem's irony and sarcasm profound, deep, with a painful message. Israel is the only army in the world that bombs civilians but informs them before doing so. If we follow this logic, does it mean that the Russian forces should inform people in Ukraine that they are bombing them and we should be cool with Putin? Bassem said.
I really applaud Israel for doing one thing that no military force in the world does. Because I heard Ben Shapiro and I heard Ron DeSantis, and they said Israel is the only military force in the world that warns civilians before bombing them. I mean, how fucking cute. That is so nice of them. Because with this logic, If Russian troops started warning Ukrainians before bombing their houses, we're cool with Putin, right? I mean, okay, Habibi, you have warned them, go invade, it's fine, you have done your job. I mean, the thing is, and I understand, and I also heard Ben Shapiro talking about human shield. So you remember
Piers Morgan, failing to elicit an expected response from Bassem Youssef, shifted the onus to him, requesting a solution. And the response, Youssef delivered his characteristic dark humor, urging a change in perspective. He challenged the notion of one side being inherently good and the other evil, cautioning against dehumanizing or labeling any group as savages. Listen to Bassem.
The American presidential candidate said, we are in Israel in this because it's a fight between evil, good and evil. Now, if you already decided someone is good, he can do no evil. And if you decided someone is evil, it's good to kill them. Killing them is good. You see, and the thing is, it is not like something new. I mean, I look at history and I see, I'm sorry to say this, but Westerners has always dealt like this with indigenous people. You first treated them like savages, you know, Native American, First Nation, Aboriginal. They're savages, kill all the savages. And then when they're almost extinct, you start feeling sorry for them, you know, like animals. So maybe the solution is that we kill as many Palestinians as possible so the few of them that remains do not bother you. And maybe Netanyahu, when he lives for another 100 years, he'll become a tree hugger.
Let me just challenge.
Piers Morgan's attempt to trick Bassem Youssef poses a tricky question that what he would do if he were the Israeli. Listen to Bassem's answer.
What would you think would be an appropriate response by Israel to what happened?
Well, these are years of disproportionate responses of Israel.
Right.
Did it solve the solution? Did it solve the problem? Did it work before? So it will. Or what will be the surprise this time? What will be the twist that will make this work this time? What will be different this time? Seriously, I mean, like, this is only the last 15 years. I mean, because it's too many papers. I just got this. But how will this be different? And
when Ben Shapiro's mouthpiece joins the show, Piers Morgan gets rid of Bassem Youssef, asking him to go home.
I asked the question, can I say something on my side?
Well,
a little bit personal?
Bassem, with respect,
a little bit personal?
Bassem, with respect, I gave you half the show to have your side. Jeremy's had a lot less time. I'm going to have to
you
move
want me
on.
to leave?
Bassem,
or do you want me to stay?
I'm going to have to let you go because we've been on there with you for 40 minutes.
Okay,
now.
bye-bye.
Right? But listen,
bye-bye.
I would like to talk to you again,
Bye-bye.
and thank you for joining.
In the realm of conflict, the condemnation of the loss of innocent lives transcends any partisan perspective. However, a glaring disparity emerges when one considers the indiscriminate and brutal killings of the infants, women, and men in Gaza. It's imperative to underscore the Islamic doctrine unequivocally forbids the taking of non-combatant lives, rendering any such act entirely incompatible with genuine Islamic teachings. The bombing of hospitals, educational institutions, residential dwellings, and civilian infrastructure in Gaza emerges as a deeply disconcerting and inhumane facet of the conflict. Such actions not only precipitate an alarming loss of innocent life, but also raise profound ethical questions regarding the course of action pursued by any party involved in the conflict, notably Israel.